You have $1,650,000. You're standing in the parking lot of a Target, loading groceries into your 2012 Nissan Sentra. The sun is setting on a typical Wednesday evening. You're 35 years old. You've been working the same job for over a decade. Nobody knows. Your kids think you're just a regular dad, not someone with a net worth of $1,650,000. You drive home, taking the same route you've taken for years. You live in a modest house, in a modest neighborhood. The lawn is manicured, but it's not a mansion. You mow it yourself, every Sunday morning. You have a small garden in the backyard, where you grow your own tomatoes. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're just living your life. You work as a data analyst, in a cubicle, in a large corporation. You're good at your job, but you're not exceptional. You show up on time, you do your work, and you go home. You're not trying to climb the corporate ladder. You're just trying to provide for your family. You have $1,650,000, but you still worry about money. You still clip coupons. You still shop at discount stores. You hide your wealth because you don't want to be treated differently. You don't want people to know that you have $1,650,000. You don't want to be seen as rich. You just want to be seen as normal. You want to blend in. You want to be able to walk down the street without people looking at you differently. You want to be able to go to the grocery store without people recognizing you. You have $1,650,000, but you still feel like you're just getting by. Money, to you, means freedom. It means being able to make choices. It means being able to say no to things you don't want to do. It means being able to say yes to things you do want to do. You have $1,650,000, but you still have to make decisions. You still have to prioritize. You still have to budget. You just have more options. You have more flexibility. You have more freedom. You built your wealth slowly, over time. You made a series of small, unremarkable decisions. You started investing in a 401 when you were 25. You contributed a little bit each month. You didn't try to time the market. You didn't try to pick individual stocks. You just invested in a diversified portfolio. You let the power of compounding do its work. You have $1,650,000, but you didn't get there overnight. You also started a small side business when you were 28. You sold products online through an e-commerce platform. You worked on it in your spare time, in the evenings and on weekends. You didn't try to make a fortune. You just tried to make a little extra money. You reinvested the profits back into the business. You let it grow, slowly but surely. You have $1,650,000, but you didn't take any big risks. You started with a small amount of money, $1,000, and you invested it in a high-yield savings account. You earned a little bit of interest each month. You reinvested the interest back into the account. You let it grow, slowly but surely. You have $1,650,000, but you didn't start with much. In the first year, you made sacrifices. You gave up going out to dinner. You gave up buying expensive clothes. You gave up taking vacations. You put all of your extra money into your investments. You worked hard, every day. You didn't see any results at first. But you kept going. You kept investing. You kept working. You have $1,650,000, but you didn't get there easily. You had doubts in the first year. You wondered if you were doing the right thing. You wondered if you were missing out. You wondered if you would ever reach your goal. But you kept going. You kept pushing forward. You kept investing. You have $1,650,000, but you didn't give up. In the fifth year, things started to change. You started to see the results of your hard work. You started to see the power of compounding. You started to see the snowball effect. Your investments started to grow rapidly. You started to feel like you were getting ahead. You started to feel like you were making progress. You have $1,650,000, but you didn't get there quickly. You started to make changes in the 5th year. You started to take more risks. You started to invest in more aggressive assets. You started to think about the future. You started to think about what you wanted to achieve. You have $1,650,000, but you're still thinking about the future. You started to feel more confident in the 5th year. You started to feel like you were in control. You started to feel like you were making good decisions. You have $1,650,000, but you're still learning. In the 10th year, you reached a milestone. You reached a net worth of $1,650,000. You felt a sense of pride. You felt a sense of accomplishment. You felt like you had achieved something. You have $1,650,000, but you're still driving the same car. You're still shopping at the same grocery store. You're still living in the same house. You're still the same person with the same values. You're still the same person with the same goals. You have $1,650,000, but you're not flashy. You're not showy. You're just living your life. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're not trying to keep up with anyone. You're just trying to be happy. You're just trying to be fulfilled. You have $1,650,000, but you're still looking for more. You're still looking for meaning. You're still looking for purpose. You have $1,650,000, but you're not satisfied. If this story resonated with you, subscribe. I post a new story every single day. If you want to start investing today, the Robinhood link is in the description. It comes with a free stock. And if you want the weekly letter, the Quiet Wealth letter, that link is there too. See you tomorrow. You wake up early on a Tuesday, the sunlight peeking through the blinds, casting a warm glow on your bedroom floor. You get out of bed, putting on a pair of worn jeans and a faded t-shirt, the same outfit you've worn countless times before. You head to the kitchen to make some coffee, the aroma filling the air as you wait for the brew to finish. You sit down at the table, sipping your coffee, and staring out the window at the quiet neighborhood street. You think about your day, and what you need to accomplish. You have a meeting with a potential business partner at 10 a.m., and you need to review some financial statements before then. You pull out a stack of papers and begin to sift through them, making notes and calculations as you go. At 9:30 a.m., you finish your review and head to the meeting. You arrive a few minutes early and take a seat in the waiting room. The business partner arrives and you exchange pleasantries before getting down to business. You discuss the potential partnership and the financials, and you ask tough questions. You're not interested in sugarcoating anything, you want to know the truth. The meeting lasts for about an hour, and you leave with a lot to think about. You're not sure if the partnership is right for you, but you're willing to consider it. You head back home and spend the rest of the day researching and analyzing the potential partnership. You make phone calls and send emails, and you talk to other people in your network. At 5 p.m., you take a break and go for a walk around the neighborhood. You enjoy the fresh air and the exercise, and you clear your mind. You think about your life and your goals, and you feel grateful for what you have. You have $1,650,000, but you're not satisfied. You want more, not just in terms of money, but in terms of fulfillment. You get back home and make yourself a simple dinner. You eat at the table, watching the news and reading a book. You're interested in current events and you like to stay informed. You're also interested in history, and you're reading a book about the Great Depression. At 9 p.m., you finish your book and you go to bed. You're tired, but you're content. You know that you've had a productive day, and you're looking forward to tomorrow. You set your alarm, and you drift off to sleep, feeling calm and at peace. The next day, you wake up early again, and you start your routine. You make coffee, and you check your emails. You respond to a few messages, and you make some phone calls. You're a private person, but you're also a busy person, and you need to stay connected. At 10 a.m., you have another meeting, this time with a financial advisor. You discuss your portfolio and your investments, and you make some changes. You're not interested in taking risks, but you're also not interested in being too conservative. You want to find a balance, and you want to make smart decisions. The meeting lasts for about an hour, and you leave with a plan. You're going to diversify your portfolio, and you're going to invest in some new assets. You're excited about the possibilities, and you're looking forward to seeing the results. You spend the rest of the day working on your business. You make phone calls, and you send emails, and you work on some projects. You're a hard worker, and you're dedicated to your craft. You're not interested in being a slave to your work, but you're willing to put in the time and effort to achieve your goals. At 5 p.m., you take a break again, and you go for another walk. You enjoy the fresh air and the exercise, and you clear your mind. You think about your life and your goals, and you feel grateful for what you have. You have $1,650,000, but you're not satisfied. You want more, not just in terms of money, but in terms of fulfillment. You get back home, and you make yourself a simple dinner. You eat at the table, watching the news, and reading a book. You're interested in current events, and you like to stay informed. You're also interested in history, and you're reading a book about the Industrial Revolution. At 9 p.m., you finish your book, and you go to bed. You're tired, but you're content. You know that you've had a productive day, and you're looking forward to tomorrow. You set your alarm, and you drift off to sleep, feeling calm and at peace. The next few days are similar. You wake up early, and you start your routine. You make coffee, and you check your emails. You respond to a few messages, and you make some phone calls. You're a private person, but you're also a busy person, and you need to stay connected. You spend your days working on your business, and your nights reading and relaxing. You're a hard worker, and you're dedicated to your craft. You're not interested in being a slave to your work, but you're willing to put in the time and effort to achieve your goals. You're also interested in learning, and you spend a lot of time reading and researching. You're interested in history and science and philosophy. You're a curious person, and you love to learn new things. As the days turn into weeks, you start to notice changes in your life. You're more confident and more self-assured. You're making progress on your goals, and you're feeling fulfilled. You have $1,650,000, but you're not satisfied. You want more, not just in terms of money, but in terms of personal growth. You're not sure what the future holds, but you're excited to find out. You're a private person, but you're also a resilient person. You're willing to take risks, and you're willing to face challenges. You're not afraid of failure, and you're not afraid of success. You're just a person, living your life, and trying to make the most of it. You have $1,650,000, but you're not defined by your wealth. You're defined by your values and your principles. You're defined by your actions and your decisions. You're a complex person, with complex thoughts and feelings. You're a person with strengths and weaknesses, and you're a person with goals and aspirations. You're a person who is trying to make a difference, and you're a person who is trying to leave a mark. You're not sure what the future holds, but you're ready for it. You're ready to face challenges, and you're ready to seize opportunities. You're ready to make the most of your life, and you're ready to make a difference.